Welcome back to Afternoon Live. He's the creator of the Steamed Ham Society, and fans know him as the Gordon Ramsay of fast food. Today he joins us with more unique snack foods from around the world that you've probably never heard of. We welcome back professional food enthusiast and friend of the show, Bill Oakley. Look at all this.
This is the biggest and best snack segment ever.
How exciting.
Your mind is going to be blown.
99% of what's here I have never heard of or seen before, and we have a lot to get to.
These are some of the highlights of my collection from the past month.
Are we starting over here?
We begin with these, which are from Japan, and they're the super sour plum Cheetos. In Japan, they have what is called the umeboshi, I believe, excuse the pronunciation, which are pickled sour plums which accompany meals. This is, I think, an ultra sour version of the umeboshi.
It looks like a
Cheetos.
Warhead.
Yeah,
Is that the experience?
I don't want to spoil it for you, but try one.
Oh, gosh.
Try one.
I'm nervous.
These are extremely strange. And they're Cheetos. I mean, we're all familiar with the texture of Cheetos, and these are so sour. And the taste of it, I mean, it's not right. It's not, you can hear the crew laughing here because we're all not enjoying these, but this is obviously a very...
What is this?
Super sour plum Cheetos from Japan, and they are Cheetos. Very
unusual.
A
Cheeto.
It's very strange to taste Cheetos like that.
I don't know about that. Okay.
All right. This particular snack, this was a big deal on TikTok last year. Did you ever hear of these Cosmic Crunchies?
No.
What they are essentially is just freeze-dried Skittles. You know Skittles, right?
Oh, okay.
And I guess people think that freeze-drying, you see here what they're cracked.
Are they opened up? Yeah. It almost looks like a little ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, they swell up and they crack. And they're crunchy. It's weird because you're thinking of Skittles being soft and chewy, right? These are hard, crunchy, with a Skittle flavor. I actually kind of like them. And they're clearing that umeboshi taste out of my mouth.
They're called crunchies, and I wasn't ready for the crunch, because once you said Skittle, I was expecting to bite into it and it be chewy.
Yeah. Well,
but
crunchy's right there in the name.
I know.
All right.
Okay.
Next, we move on. This is a Russian product. And it's a type of kvass, which is a naturally fermented soft drink. This kind of drink has been around. This is one brand. It's been around for over 1,000 years in Russia. And it's very popular. They've believed to have health benefits and so forth.
Oh.
Now, it's not going to taste like any soft drink you've ever had before, I suspect, and me neither. But I have some here for us to try.
I feel like we've already been on a journey, and we got to keep.
We're really going around the world on this one.
Whoa. Well, it looks like a soft drink.
It does, but take a whiff and see if you can tell what it smells like.
Ugh.
No, it's not bad. I actually think it's pretty good.
I think I'm smelling the Cheeto on my fingers. What is that?
It is the taste and the smell of rye. It smells like rye bread.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And it tastes like liquid rye bread, but not in a bad way. I mean,
it doesn't taste bad.
I know. It's actually pretty good. And it's not at all sweet, really. It's barely sweet. It tastes like a rye bread flavored soda, which I know might sound weird to people, but I'm actually kind of enjoying it.
That's kind of nice. Okay.
All right. Now, here we have the crown jewel of international snacks. Ruffles potato chips. This is a Canadian flavor called all dressed.
Yes.
And all dressed means basically with the works, right? With everything. So it's all the four of the most popular chip flavors in one. Ketchup, which is popular in Canada.
Very popular.
Barbecue.
Okay.
Sour cream and onion. And salt and vinegar, all on the same chip. And I believe that this is the best potato chip on earth. And I've had a lot of them.
On the record.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. I've heard of all dressed, but
they've tried to launch them in America a number of times, but people just don't quite get the drift.
Ooh, a lot of flavor.
Really tiny. The flavor is more intense than I think the average American chip.
It is quite overwhelming.
Yeah, but
that's pretty good, though.
I find it really addictive, especially you dip these in sour cream or ranch dressing or whatever. These are the best chips on earth.
A sour cream dip with that would be divine. Okay.
Here we have some Russian ice creams. Now, this is we have a lot of.
These are ice cream?
Yes, these are all ice creams, and they're from local. All this Russian stuff is from some of our local markets. We have excellent local Russian markets here in Portland. This in Russia, between 1937 and the collapse of the Soviet Union, they had one type of ice cream which was called plombier. Plombier and the recipe was dictated by the government, and it was apparently delicious.
Oh.
And so people are continuing to manufacture it after the fall of the 30 years later, because people Love the taste of plum beer. It's kind of like what we would call a frozen custard. And it's very rich and very creamy and very dense. Now I have 4 different flavors of them here. This one particular is because it says CCCP, which we know is the Soviet, what they call the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
But there's a number of different ones here. This one is also good. I've had all of these in anticipation of this. But this, I think, is my favorite if you'd like to try this.
Sure.
They're little ice cream cones. Now the cones don't hold up to freezing very well. They get kind of rubbery, but the ice cream itself is actually quite good. And I'm
it comes in a bag.
Yeah, it's a little, it's kind of not that different than we would have like a
drumstick?
Exactly, a drumstick. But see, there's an ice cream cone there, and the ice cream, and the cone is not all that great. But try some of the ice cream.
All right.
This has red currant in it, and I think it's really good.
It is nice and soft, like more of that kind of custardy feel.
Yeah, it's very creamy.
I like that.
This is a whole thing. I never discovered this until very recently, but now everybody in my house wants me to go buy more plum beer. So I'll be visiting our Russian markets soon. All right, here we go. This one is from China. Another Lay's chip. We all know Lay's potato chips. They have a lot of flavors in China, which are local flavors. This one is particularly unusual to our palates because it is a hot and sour lemon braised chicken feet.
Whoa.
So chicken feet is a very, I didn't realize this until recently, but chicken feet, very common dish in lots of parts of the world. And you take off, obviously you take off the hard part of the chicken feet, but the inside is actually quite delicious, and it's prepared in a number of different ways. This is a hot, as I said, hot and sour lemon braised chicken tip flavored chip, and I think you will find it a little unusual.
Hot and sour lemon braised chicken.
There's a lot going on with this chip. I mean, I feel like there's a chicken flavor.
Yeah.
There's there's a lemon, and then there's some other spices.
It feels like it shouldn't be a chip.
It's very unusual.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a very daring chip. All right.
Daring.
I think that's. Now this you can get. Here we have. You can get this in America. You can get this in your average Kroger or Fred Meyer. We all know Cup Noodles brand ramen, right? Did you know that they came out a couple months ago with an everything bagel flavor?
Why?
Yeah, well, because it's delicious.
Oh.
They also have an accompanying breakfast flavor, which I haven't tried yet, but this one we're going to try together. Okay. I have one for each of us here.
Everything bagel, cup noodle.
Yes.
I don't even know what to expect with that.
Well, I think you'll be delighted.
Okay. I hope so.
You really taste those poppy seeds. You really taste, there's a creaminess. It has a kind of cream cheese element in there.
It is more creamy, the broth, than a regular cup of noodle.
It's a little too hot for us to thoroughly enjoy right now.
I'm intrigued, though.
But I liked it a lot.
Okay. Bill, we have a minute left. Can we zoom through two more things? Okay.
All right. From China.
I'm going to switch sides with you so I can be back in my appropriate place.
From China, we have peach and cheese Ritz crackers.
Okay.
I'm told the combination is delicious.
Peach and cheese? Is that what you said? It's pink. I don't know about that.
I don't think it's quite as delicious as I was led to believe. However, it's still pretty good. Okay, quickly, we've got to get to this one.
What
Very
is
important.
that? Okay.
Python jerky. Made from real pythons, and this is not fake python.
What?
This is not your average fake python that you might get in the supermarket. This is real python. Give it a try.
I don't know about that.
I like it.
It tastes like jerky.
You want another piece?
It doesn't taste bad. Have you had that before?
No. This is the first time I've tried it. I brought it here especially for you. These are hard to come by, and I was extremely excited to share it with you guys on the show.
I think that's pretty good. I think that's a good one to end on.
We recommend Python jerky.
We recommend Python jerky. Bill, thanks. You brought us so much great stuff today.
It's been a total pleasure. I'm very excited to take all the rest of this home and have a great evening by myself, finishing it all up.
We'll have more information about Bill and the Steamed Ham Society on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.